Good morning, everybody, and it's Saturday already. Can you believe it? Time flies. So, for those of you new, this video is really about me running through the charts, just seeing what opportunities are for the next week, putting some alerts in, putting some levels in, and preparing for Monday morning. Anyway, so we've got quite a few charts to get through, and a few currency pairs, and the markets at the end of the video. So, if you want to skip currencies, just scroll towards the end of the video. You'll get the S&P, FTSE, and the DAX. Okay, anyway, let's just get kicked off with the US dollar, Japanese yen. Now, starting off on the monthly chart here, there is nothing much to look at that when you see that. That is indecision. Okay, 3 months in a row of indecision. The reason why I've got this chart up at the moment is we are right on the 150-day EMA, well, 150 monthly EMA at the moment. Okay, so just hovering sideways, no real direction at all. And it's just a great example of indecision. Now, just want to pick up, there are a few levels here which are glaringly obvious for me at the moment. So the one is pretty much where we tagged some time ago, and I'll give them to you now. What I just want to do is sort of put this one in here. Okay, so let's just get down to the daily and zoom out a bit. Right, so you can see this big indecision, so massive V reversal, and then we're grinding lower. Now, this area here, which is 105.866, you can see how we've bounced off that, rallied a bit, up into the 150 EMA on the daily, okay, and now we've kind of stalled. And I say kind of stalled because this does look like a bit of indecision, but it also looks like a bit of consolidation to me. So you can see up, that's a bearish bar, and then we closed off on Friday with another red inside bar, which is another bearish bar. Okay, I'm not entirely convinced on that, but we'll look at this on an 8-hour. That's going to give us a better indication of what to expect next week. And if you look at this area here, you can see we've had a number of swing lows onto this area, and that is 107.880. So I'm going to fix that level in. So those two levels are the ones that I need to pay attention to. And then obviously a break above that, we've got this massive area of resistance up here. And that is in the area of 109.723. So if you just drop down to the 8-hour on this pair, you'll see pretty much a bit of a cup and handle. So a breakout above that should give us the height of this range. And if you look at what's transpiring here, pretty much bang on. Okay, so or you could argue this is a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. So there's a shoulder, there's a head, there's a shoulder. Regardless, a 8-hour break and retest of this 107.88 area or thereabouts is definitely going to give you an opportunity for some longs to. And the target area is what I'm looking at next week would be 109.723. Okay, so that's kind of the trade that I see at the moment. The moving averages did cross over. They are in a bearish point. Oscillators are also bearish at the moment. So what you'd be looking at, and I'm just going to pop down to the 4-hour for this one. So there is another level right here. Okay, so a break below that and a retest of that area is going to give us the bottom of this channel. Okay, so these previous lows, that's going to give us the target. So that's going to be the bearish view of that. But what I'm looking at the moment and looking at it on the 4-hour, it does look like this is consolidating quite nicely. So if I just delete the noise and we come up like this, you'll see what I mean there. There. So that could be a flat bottom triangle as well. So there are two scenarios here. So Obviously, the break to the upside, we need a break and a retest, and that retest needs to hold before getting in long. Otherwise, break below, wait for a retest of the 150 EMA on the 4-hour, and then it's a move to the downside. Okay, so those are the two scenarios I see. Not really favoring any one of them. Whichever way we break is the direction that I want to trade. The next one is Euro USD. Now, another pretty serious indecision, and then we've just been grinding lower and lower. But if we just zoom in here, we are forming higher lows. 3 weeks in a row that we've got 3 higher lows. Okay, and at the same time, we're forming lower highs. Okay, what does that mean to you? Basically, we are consolidating. It basically means we are doing that. Okay, so we're in a triangle. We are at a level. Look to the left here, you can see used as support here, as resistance here, used as support here. Okay, we broke through, we've been using it as support. Okay, go back further, support, support, resistance. So this area, and remember guys, not an exact science, but this area of 107938 is definitely an area of interest. Now if we pop down to the daily and just zoom out so we've got a little bit more context here, you'll see fairly strong, and I've been talking about this most of the week, that we are in a range. Okay, and you can see we hit the range late in the week on Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday, we fell off. Now, we could continue in this manner, and I'm just going to fine tune that trend line there. Okay, so you can see the triangle pretty clearly on the daily. You can see we are ranging, we're looking for a breakout. There are a few minor levels here. Let me just fix that one. And the minor level is pretty much where we've closed. So it's this inside tail. If you look to the left, you'll see how much interaction has been at this minor level. And there. Okay, so this area here is 108926. But I mean, just eyeball this properly and you'll see that's fairly close to the middle of this range. And if that level holds, we have a potential for a breakout. Okay, and that's what I've been waiting for most of last week, is for this pullback. And if we just drill down on the 8-hour, you can see we finally got it. Okay, so I'll be interested to see what happens here. If this level holds, okay, 108926, and we start forming a higher high above this 8-hour bar here. Okay, so we're going to have to zoom in a little bit. Pretty sure you can't see that, but we need to break above this tail here. Okay, and that again would be on a 4-hour chart for me. And that would give me the potential breakout, or the potential start for the breakout. Measured move on that is pretty simple. First measured move is going to be to there. Then I would expect a pullback of some sorts, and then my next measured move is going to be height of the range, which would be something like that. Okay, so first area that I want to target would be 111, and then I would look to target 112.08. Okay, so that's kind of the setup that I've got going there, and I think my bias at the moment is a little bit to the upside. The fact that we've broken through this area here of 108926, and it's on the 150, we've got to cross over the moving averages here as well. So it's a breakout, it's a retest of the 150 EMA. If this holds, I'm definitely in for the longs, and we're looking for those two measured moves there. Euro Japanese yen, another potential opportunity here, but this is kind of messy at the moment. It's all over the place. And I think the key thing again is, what is happening with the levels. Okay, so you can see we've had two swing lows here. And we've also had, that was just my internet going down. So we've had two swing lows. Just want to turn that volume down. Otherwise, we're going to keep getting that in the video. Okay, so we had this level of resistance here, support, support, support. And now if I zoom in on that area, okay, you'll see pretty clear that price is enjoying this level, and we've bounced off that level. Okay, so we were bouncing on it, we closed below it, now we've closed above it. Okay, so I don't quite like that setup. It hasn't really found support as far as I'm concerned, because it's broken below and it's broken up, but that is a potential breakout scenario. So normally what happens is you have a bar which opens, and you can argue it would be this one here, which opens at a level. We break out to the upside, we break up the downside, we break up the upside. We could come back and test, or alternatively break, but that's a breakout mode or a consolidation pattern. Okay, now if we come down to the daily, you'll see higher, okay, not quite a higher high, but it's a high, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low. Okay, so that is your breakout. Is your consolidation over there, and we've broken out and we're coming back. Okay, so this level here of 116.129 is definitely a line in the sand for me, and what I'm looking for to see what happens at this inside fractional here of 116.815, alternatively all the way back here at 116.129. So normally what happens with a triangle like this, often price comes back to test the apex, which is right there. Okay, which will be back on that level. And it would also touch the bottom of this trend line, which would then confirm the trend line for me anyway with 3 touches. Okay, so there is something brewing here, and I think it's important that it stays visible. If we just look at the 8-hour, you can see there's our structure, there's our breakout, and I'll be talking about this one most of last week as well, looking for a pullback into some area of support. It does look like the area to the left here, if you look here, of 117.100, it does look like that is the area of interest for everybody at the moment. But we'll wait and see what happens on Monday. But this is definitely brewing for a long for me as well. Okay, and the measured move is what I'd be after if it comes from there. But somewhere in the area of 119.832. Okay, and if we just look to the left, you'll see quite a bit of congestion out at that area. Okay, pound US dollar. So this was a massive move up, and we kind of coming back. Don't have any Fibonacci level with the 50% fairly close. Okay, and that also lines up with this previous swing low, and look to the left, you can see a lot of interaction at that level. So that is an area that I've been watching for a while as well. And I just want to go straight on to low time frames just to get this up. And you'll see big rally up, and you can see trend is still down. Trend is very much to the downside. And we haven't tagged this area yet. So this area of 1.20296 is definitely what I'm waiting for. Okay. So I'm waiting for that. There is another little micro level that I'd also be interested in, and that would be this one right here of 1.19454. Okay, and I want to see what happens when price gets there. For now, this thing is down. Okay, we have rejected this area here of 122.371 fairly strongly, and if we drop down to the 8-hour, okay, you can see a lot of price action at this area. You can see how we rejected it down, came back to test it with this bar. So you should be sitting short on this at the moment, and your target area should be down to 120. Okay, 120.296. If we do bounce back up, I'd get in short on this and looking to target the downside here of 120.296, and alternatively a stretch target of 1.19454. Okay, I'm really interested to see what happens in this area, because I think you're going to find some buyers coming in over here. Okay, US dollar, Canadian dollar, pretty much massive weekly flag here. Okay, it's very clear. Break of that is something we need to pay attention to. Nothing more to say to that. It is in a flag. If you look at the daily, up, down, up, down, up, down. Only reason I'm watching this is for this breakout, because if this breakout happens, we have a massive, 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 massive target here. So pretty much in the area of what, 13,000 pips. Okay, so definitely watching this. On the 8 hour, we are still, you can see pretty much all over the place, looking like we're going to get another leg down. And I think that would be logical. There's the area that we have rejected. Okay, so that's 1.40164. We have rejected that area. We have a bit of a trend line here. So I'd be looking at shorts at this area, looking for a move back down to the downside. And I think first target for me is pretty much going to be in the area of 1.39086. Okay, this is a pretty interesting chart, because it is trending down. It is messy, but it does offer opportunities to short this thing. Get up the top, short it. Get up the top, short it. Just pay attention to, and you're going to fine tune it obviously, but just pay attention to this upper trend line, which is the top of the flag, because when that gives and you come back to test it, that's going to give you a long of note. Okay, and that would be strong dollar. So just pay attention to that. Okay, euro pound. Don't even know why I'm looking at this, but yeah, the key thing here is we rallied hard, came back. We've come back into a Fibonacci level as well. Okay, right into the 61.8, and we bounced off it. I just want to keep that level in there. Okay, and the 61.8, if you look left, is a fairly strong level, which is 0.87394. If we start drilling down to the time frames, you'll see on the daily, we've had a bit of a rally. However, price has bounced off. Look to the left, you can see quite a bit of interaction at this area, and price has bounced here at 0.89914. Okay, now, which one is the stronger currency between euro and the pound? I think that's pretty much what we want to know. And both of them had data come out this week, and they've been whips all most of the week. Okay, so looking at the 8 hour, this is definitely a potential short opportunity here. Okay, massive move down, sort of bouncing off this area. We have closed below. I don't think we actually have. Right. Let me just do it right. Now, we haven't closed below that bar yet. So let me just zoom in for you. So what we're looking for is a close below this bar here. I'm looking for a lower low. We do have a lower low, but I don't have a close below, which doesn't trigger a short for me at the moment. So I think what we're going to get here is a second attempt at this area here of 0.89976, and then I think I would be interested in getting to the 4 hour. You can see we're sort of bouncing on the 20 moving averages here, but I pretty much want to see if we can stay below this. If we get above 0.89976, then I'd definitely be looking for longs again. So I'd be looking for move up, bounce back onto it, and then long. If we reject this thing, you're probably going to find a break below these swing lows here around 0.89461 are going to give you a short opportunity. Now, the big question is, and I think both these pairs are they're experiencing the same thing, so I think it's going to be pretty much whipsaw. unless something transpires that we get a stronger pound, which is going to move this market to the downside. So that is possible. Strong pound, retracement, strong pound. So, but you've got to remember the big picture. We had this massive move up, then we came down, and you would have expected some kind of a move up. But this could just be a bit of consolidation. Oscillators also indicating start looking for shorts. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. If we get above there, I'll look for longs, but I'm looking for a short to come back down onto at least the 150 EMA here. Okay, pound Aussie dollar. The reason I'm looking at this is see this previous swing low here. See how we've been up and down, up and down, up and down. Pretty strong move down, up, fairly strong move down. And we are on the 61.8 close below it, but the 78.6 level is right here on the area I'm looking for. Okay, so what we're looking for is to see if we can get a move. And you see the 150 EMA is here as well. And if you come to the daily, you'll see I can actually fine tune this level and I can add this level in here. Okay, so I've got two areas of interest here. So the first one is 1.84096 and the next one is 1.829881. Okay, this thing is falling like a stone. I mean, there's no debate about that. We are falling like a stone. So you should be looking for shorts all the way down. It hasn't really been an opportunity to get in, as this was the last real opportunity. And then this area here was another opportunity. You can see how we broke below this level. Okay, we're on it, then we broke below it, came back to test it. But when we stayed here for quite a while before it actually broke down. So your entry was pretty much over here, where you'll stop above this fractional level here. Okay, now if we do the same logic here, okay, that's not really a level, and there's nothing really there. So I would like to see price come up to one of these two areas. Actually, we can't count this one here. Okay, so if you are short at the moment, there's no reason to get out of it. You should be looking for this to come down to this area here of 184. Okay, 1.1840. Between 184 and 1.82. That's the area that you need to be paying attention to. So that would be take profit area on this short for me right now. And then I want to see a bit of a bounce and then get in for the shorts again to see if we can get through here. Okay, so that's kind of pretty clear. Trending down, you want to be in on this. And there are multiple ways of doing this. And the one when the market's trending like this is really just to keep the 1 hour charts handy. And then use the same principle. So let's see if I can show you some setups here. So you can see there was structure, broke below it, looking for the retest. There's a retest. Look at those bars there. Your stop is above and your entry is here. And you've got the short. Okay, that's kind of what you'd be looking at there. Aussie dollar, US dollar, we have come up into an area of resistance, which is pretty much right here. Not exact just yet. I need to look to the left and you'll see pretty much not exact at all. So I suspect that there is a little bit more in this move to the upside, more than likely to come and tag that area up there. However, there may be a micro level on the lower time frames, and that is the area there. You can see 3 attempts at the 150 EMA. Now this is starting to look like the S&P basically. So 1, 2, 3 attempts tagged. We are trending up or grinding up at the moment. So the most logical trade in this with this pair is to the upside, but you need to wait for proper structure. Okay, so ultimately looking for us to tag at 0.66741, and what we want to do here is either look for a bounce all the way down here to 0.64831, but personally, I think this little flag is what you want to be trading. Okay, let's zoom in here. Okay, there's my flag, and a break of that is going to give me a measured move. Pretty much straight into this area here. Okay, So definitely looking for longs off this for as long as we're above the 150 on the 8 hour. I'm looking for longs, and any touch of the 150 is also an opportunity for buying as far as I'm concerned. Okay, and the structure that is forming here, you need to look to the left here, and you can see there is a level here. There. We sort of have closed above it, so that's definitely an opportunity for longs on that pair as well. US dollar Swiss franc Clickers triangle. I mean, this is massive consolidation here on the weekly. Okay, on the 20 moving average as well. Something is brewing, guys, and it's not going to happen tomorrow. It may happen tomorrow. It may happen this weekend, or it may just continue for another month or two, just consolidating here. But something is happening. Smart money isn't confused. They are buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. Until eventually they're going to decide, okay, hang on, let me just stay out of this. And then the retail traders are going to continue buying, selling, until there's a break. Okay, so for me, it's really just on the watch pair, not really looking for a trade on this, but a break of any structure on this pair, because it is a safe haven pair, is going to give us an indication of of what direction we're going in. So not really on the charts to look for opportunities on this, but definitely watching it to see what's going to transpire. And I suppose that error message was okay. Let's just wait for that to come back, and we'll move on to gold. Just change this template. Okay, so gold trend is up. Trend is very much the upside. I am a little bit concerned about this wedge that's forming here. So you can see there is a bigger wedge forming there. Okay, but at the same time, if I drill down to the 8 hour, we have a rally. Okay, pretty strong rally. Then 1, 2 move down, so it's one down, one up, one down. Okay, and that is structure, guys. So that basically puts us into a situation where we have another flag. Okay, put my level in, and there's my level, and we have tested that level. So 1720, guys. I'm looking for another long on gold for next week. Definitely looking for a good long on gold. Trigger's going to be on the 4 hour. If we break this flag, okay, or even if we come back and test this area, I'd be interested in taking a long off this area, fairly tight stop. I'm going to look for a stop in this a little bit further down. I'm going to look for a stop actually below 1700 would be my stop area. But this is consolidating. I'm looking for a breakout here for another long. Okay, let's come back to the Canadian dollar here, sorry, to Swiss franc here, and you'll see what I mean on the 8 hour, on the 150 EMA, on the 20 EMA. Okay, and it is just moving sideways. But when you see this kind of structure, get your levels in. You can either do diagonal lines like that, or lines on the top, line on the bottom. Fix them on your chart, because, and I'd put alerts in on here as well, because when this thing breaks out of this kind of structure, it's going to be a fairly violent move. Okay, anyway, gold was done. S&P, what can I say? It's a monster. No point in selling the S&P ever. All you should be doing is looking for opportunities to buy. And that should generate about 50,000 dislikes right now. Guys, there's a lot of emotion in the S&P right now. There's a lot of people that have been hurt with the move down, and there's a lot of people that are looking for a big payday. And most of those people are retail traders. The smart money is sitting on the sides at the moment. They're waiting to see what's going to transpire. They're waiting to see whether the Feds are going to be able to drive this market up. They're waiting to see whether the world banks are going to be able to get involved here. There are so many moving parts to the economies around the world right now, and it's uncharted territory. So it's really a lot of indecision in the markets. And retail traders, you and I, we have to stay positive. We've got to look at what's going on the charts, get rid of the negative noise that's out there, get rid of the CBS and Reuters and all the news journalists and people like that. Because in all honesty, most of those people don't have money invested in a chart. Okay, when you're trading for a living, you have money invested in the chart, and you want to make sure you understand what the chart's telling you, not what some reporter's telling you who heard of something and who thinks they know what the economy is. Okay, and who's learned something in a varsity about the economy and believes that that is the gospel and that is the truth. That is the furthest from it. Okay, this is evolving. We've got AI involved here. We've got computers in here. We have got so much going on in the economies in the world and on the trading platforms that what you thought was the norm is no longer the norm. Okay, so guys, be careful. And when I'm saying I'm looking for longs, it's because of this. You know, we are just grinding up. Every pullback is bought. Look at this. Every pullback is bought. Doesn't matter what you do, it's bought. We are battling with this level, granted. But the fact that this daily has got me a rejection off this 150. So that is the third day in a row that we have closed above the 150. So we closed above it, came back to test it. Okay. And now we are sitting in this area again. So I'm just going to fine tune that level there, right? So it's a little bit of a zone. We can actually keep that one in. That's the one we want. And let's get rid of that one. Okay. A break above this 29.9 or 29.84 area. Okay. There's a lot of resistance here, but a break above that is there's going to be no reason to be selling the S&P for quite some time. And don't be surprised if we see all-time highs coming out of it. So the easiest thing for me right now to explain to you is for as long as we are above the 150 EMA on the 8 hour and on the 4 hour, this trend is up. Okay. Doesn't matter what anybody else says, you are looking to buy. Yes, you can sell off the tops, but I'm reluctant to sell when I have an uptrend, and it's a flipping grinding sideways uptrend, I know, but I'm very reluctant to sell because what's going to happen is you're going to get a breakout and you're going to get trapped. So the logical thing to do is any pullback, buy it, sell out at major resistance. Wait for the pullback, buy it, sell out at major resistance. And that is my strategy for next week. Okay, not really interested in anything else. We have this move up. We have let's get this there. Okay, we have a bit of consolidation from this move up, and we've actually broken above it. The fact that we bought into the close as well is also telling me that this breakout is a good chance that we're going to see it. I'm looking for longs above it. Okay, until we break above it, I'm going to be scalping. We'll be down on the lower time frames, looking for longs, looking for shorts, and waiting for a breakout. But when this breakout happens, I'm long. Okay, and I'm looking long, and I'm looking to stay long. So any pullback from there will be a buying opportunity as far as I'm concerned. The only time I'm going to start looking to be bearish on the swing trade is going to be a break below 2775. Okay, so guys, this thing is don't get fooled into what you see on YouTube and what you see and what you're reading and things like that. Don't even listen to me. Go and do your own homework. But this thing, they are waiting to trap all the bears. They're giving the bears plenty of opportunity to get in before they pop this thing like a ripe tomato, and it is going to fly. Okay, FTSE, the UK market, pretty much stagnant. There's nothing really happening in here. Oh, don't know what's happening down there. Just delete all of those. There's no structure here at all. Unlike the S&P, where we are at an area, this is complete confusion. Okay, the UK market is completely confused, although it is also trending to the upside. Okay, it's just trending to the upside. Opportunities to buy are there all the time. If we drill down to the 8 hour, you can see we haven't quite got over the 150 EMA. We've done it now. Okay, but so we're looking at a break above, what's that, 6117. That's going to trigger some fairly longs, and there's a gap up here, and probably be an opportunity for guys to be in, to start buying into the market again. So that's the one scenario. And if you look at the DAX, let me just come to the DAX weekly here. DAX weekly is pretty much a similar scenario. Now, we are rejecting this level here of 11269. Okay, but if we come back down here, again, we are grinding to the upside. Okay, where are we grinding to is a question we should be asking ourselves. Okay, there is still a gap here on the DAX as well, right over there. And that's right on the 150 EMA as well in the daily, which is 11542. So the DAX for me, most of last week has been a non-event. However, on Friday that changed. I have a crossover here, okay, which is indicating that I have a potential trend change brewing, and now I'm looking for a breakout. So I'm either looking for a bounce back onto structure, or I'm looking for a breakout. So again, these levels here, okay, 11269 is actually the level that I'm looking for. I'd expect to bounce off 11542, but I'm looking for a breakout here and then a move back to the downside before buying into this market again. Trend is up. You know, if you zoom out on this and just take emotion out of this, take the news out of it, take the noise out of this, what direction is this thing moving in? Okay, it's moving up. Okay, it doesn't matter that it's sideways to up, it's still moving up. If you had money invested down here and this was a chart of your returns, you'd be a pretty happy person. Like, yeah, this is moving in the right direction. Okay, so don't get fooled, guys. Everybody's got this preconceived idea that the economy is going to crash, and comparing charts to the 1920s and comparing to the dot bomb and comparing to the financial crisis. The Feds are cleverer than what we think, okay? And everybody keeps thinking, reading different things into what the Feds are saying and what's going on. That's irrelevant. The only thing that should concern you is price, and price at levels. That's the only thing that should concern you. Get rid of the noise. Price gets above a certain area, buyers are coming in. Price gets below a certain area, sellers are coming in. It's as simple as that. So if you simplify your strategies, you're going to benefit from the move. And right now, there's nothing to indicate that this thing is going to reverse. This to me is consolidating for a big breakout, come back, find some support, and then grind higher again. And keep grinding higher. And then right at the top of the move is when everybody in the news environment are going to come in and say, oh, that's the end. Not the end. So that's the end of being bearish. Now we're going to be bullish. What happens then? They get all the buyers in, and then the bears come in and set it up for a massive move to the downside. Anyway, we just need to trade what we see and get the noise out of our heads. I think that's pretty much my only message that I should be getting across to you. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at for next week, quite a bit. Those are the charts. So those are the charts that I'll cycle through pretty much every morning and see where the opportunities are. And Monday morning we'll put some alerts in on those charts and see what transpires. Anyway, looking forward to Monday because I think there are a lot of opportunities here and a lot of opportunities to make some decent money. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Hope it helps you somewhat. And if you like what you hear, give us a like. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and drop us a comment. Say hi. We'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.